Oh, my block list goes on. I'm gonna have to show you guys one day.
Yes, we need
It
to
is
see
so
that.
there's so many. Like my
Same.
mom's like, I think you have like 100K followers
Yeah.
of people you've blocked. If that's what I have to do, I only want positive on my
Of
page.
course.
So I'm like,
I'm not mad at it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Oh Polly podcast for girls by girls, and we have the beautiful Sierra with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
yes, thanks
How
for
are
having
you?
me. Good. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Okay, so you're one of the best models, I
Aw,
must say.
thanks.
You're beautiful. You
Thank
have the
you.
greatest personality, and you're just like a natural in front of the camera. But I want to know. Let's start like in the beginning. So, like, what did you do before you got in front of the camera? What was your?
So before I started modeling, I actually was going to school for nursing. So I went to Cal State Channel Islands right out of high school, and I wanted to be in like the maternity ward nursing. So working with
definitely
kids,
see you because you're so like
babies.
soft spoken. I can definitely see you as that.
So I definitely wanted to do something with kids. So I always
Okay.
worked with kids. I actually worked at a preschool for 5 years in high school.
You know that I did my community service hours in a preschool.
Oh, really?
I'm like obsessed with children.
Same.
Yeah, so I did like my 4 years of like
Yeah.
high school. Oh my god, that's
Yeah, and then
amazing.
I live in Calabasas area, so they have
Nice.
like a program for disabled kids. It's called the
Okay.
Friendship Circle. So I did that on the side too. It was like community service.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I did that every Sunday, and then I also worked at a preschool with like young kids.
You were very involved.
Very
in,
involved.
like the children.
Yes. So when I was in high school, I was like, I think I want to do something with kids or working
Okay.
with, maternity or being in the hospital.
Yeah.
Then I did that, and I was like, I went to school for that.
Okay, nice.
And Channel Islands has a 4-year nursing program.
Okay.
So I went to school, and then I was like, I don't know if this is for me, like the whole hospital.
Okay.
Working with kids, yes, but I wasn't sure if the hospital thing was for me.
Okay.
So then I took a pause on that, and I went to beauty school. I always had a passion in skincare.
Okay.
So I went to beauty school, and I got my esthetician license, took state board, worked with my
Wow.
license with skin,
Nice.
waxing, all sorts of stuff like that, like beauty. I love beauty and kids. So I was like,
Nice.
I can always go back to working
Of
with
course.
kids if I ever wanted to. So I paused that, and I started working with skincare, and I did that, and then I just got into modeling.
Nice.
It just like all happened fast.
Yeah, it
I
just
was like,
ended
what
up-
should I do?
Yeah, like what was the time frame in like you going to nursing school, figuring out that like maybe the hospital thing isn't for you, then doing the whole skincare and then ending up like in modeling? Like how long was that?
That was like, I would say in 2 years. So I went
Wow,
to
so it was-
school. It was fast.
You
So
like
I went
figured
to
it out quick.
yeah.
Okay.
So as I was going to school, I went right out of high school into this 4-year nursing program.
Okay.
And then 2 years into that, I was like, I don't know if this hospital things. And then I randomly just was like, I'm going to go to beauty school, get my license. That took like 4, maybe 5 months. And then I took my state board, and I worked with skincare for like 2 months, and I got into modeling. So it's like, it was fast.
It was super
I was
fast.
so like, oh my God, I can't wait for this. And then I was like, wait, modeling. Like you can always go back to skincare, kids.
Of course. But
With
modeling,
your look,
it's like,
your body, your age.
it's right
I'm
now.
like, it's right now. So I'm going to
Exactly.
do this now, and then I can always go back.
So then when it came to the modeling, what was like the first job that you did that you were like, okay, this is what I like doing and this is what I'm going to continue to do? What
Yeah,
was it?
so kind of the breakthrough into modeling
Mhm.
was I dated my boyfriend that is I have now currently.
Okay.
I've
Wait,
dated
you've
him.
been dating him?
Yes, for
How
5
long?
years. 5 years. Well, it's 5 years in October.
Amazing.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you. So I actually started dating him, and he had
Okay.
quite a following on Instagram. So when we started dating 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago,
Mhm.
he would always go on vacation with my parents and our family, and my dad is actually a surfer. We
Nice.
owned like a surf, skate, snowboard shop for 25 years.
That's amazing.
So my dad has always been traveling, just like
you know
tropical
how to surf?
places. Yes. I learned when I was like 7 in Tavarua in Fiji.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's so exotic.
know.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's awesome.
So I just started taking like photos. My mom and sister would just do it for fun. My mom actually photographed my dad surfing. So she
Okay.
was always with the camera, video. So it just worked out perfect. I was always in a bikini,
Mhm.
just like traveling,
It's just your life.
tropical things.
Isn't
So
that amazing? You like made your life into a paycheck.
yeah,
Basically.
literally. Yeah.
Because if that's what you grew up doing.
Right. So it just kind of like came natural. I was like already kind of used to being behind camera just because my mom would always take photos of my sister and I, or my sister would take photos of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just always in a bikini. So I just started doing that. And then, yeah, when I dated Roman, he had a following.
Okay.
He started taking photos of me, or like my mom would take couple photos when that
Mhm.
whole trend of like Jay and
Yeah.
Alexis were going on. Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
'Cause
So
it
they
was
were like the goal couple.
Tumblr, and it was like
Yes.
Tumblr
Tumblr.
days where it's like a whole aesthetic, it's like a
Yes.
whole vibe,
Like
too.
beachy,
yeah,
booty.
yeah, I remember that.
Mhm.
Now that you say that, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
so we kind of like wanted to do that, like a couple vibe,
Okay.
cute bikini stuff. So we
Mhm.
started posting. He posted me, and then I just slowly grew, honestly. Like, it just happened. And then as far as like the first brand I worked with, this brand called Boutique LA, which is based in LA.
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
a
I remember
brand.
them. Yeah, the swimmer line.
Yeah, they were like
nice.
really big on Instagram when Instagram wasn't like all these brands were on there.
Mm-hmm.
So they found me, they were like, let's shoot. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't shoot. Like I'm not like a model. I just did it for fun with my mom and sister and my boyfriend. But I was like, I'm just going to do it. So my mom actually came with me to the photo shoot in Malibu. We did like a 2-hour test shoot and they started posting me overnight and I just like grew from there. So they like truly branded me as like who I am today. Like they really pushed and people just were like, wow.
And how did you feel that day on set? Like did you,
I felt good. Like having my mom there, like me and my mom were like so close that I felt comfortable. So my mom's like, I'll just go with you. And it was just like a test shoot, 2-hour shoot. I shot in all the bikinis. And then they just started posting me and overnight it just was like growing. At the time I had like 10K.
Oh, wow.
Followers on Instagram.
Do you recall like how much you grew?
Oh yeah, like overnight, like 10K to 100K overnight. I was refreshing my page and my boyfriend was like, this is insane. Because I think he only had like maybe 120K. He's like, you were like, and he's like, this took me 5 years to get. He's like, this is insane. Like, so then we went to Coachella and we started posting like all these like outfits and bathing suits. We just kept going and he's like, just stick with it. I just kept posting consistently and it just grew.
I know. Isn't it amazing how like now it's like your career?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Fun. Yeah. And so like if you can think of like the most challenging moment that you've gone through in this like modeling, what would you say it was?
I would say now like being a true model and like doing this full time, I would say waking up early. I wake up super early.
What time do you wake up?
I wake up at 5 a.m. because
for what?
I go to the gym
what
before.
What do you do? Because I don't understand. At 5 a.m. I'm on my 5th dream.
Yeah.
So what are you doing at 5?
No, so yeah, I wake up at 5 a.m. only because I live quite far from all my jobs. So all the jobs are based like in LA area, downtown.
And it's like an hour drive. So
yes.
For those of you that don't live here, it's like an hour. It's almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours with bad traffic, timing wise. I just like to wake up, get my workout in.
Okay.
Then I drive to work. So I do wake up at 5. This is my routine.
Okay.
So like Monday through Friday, I wake up at 5 a.m. I get my hour of cardio in.
Wow. Okay.
Before I work.
Okay.
Then I come to work. Then after work, I train with a trainer, and then I have dinner.
You work out twice a day?
Yeah. Only 2 days a week, twice a day.
Okay, only 2 days a week, twice a day.
Yes.
And then the rest of the week, what?
6 days a week of cardio, always.
Cardio. Okay.
So I always wake up at the 5 a.m. cardio session, Monday through Friday. And then 2 days a week after work, I'll work with my trainer, just 2 days a week.
And you like lift and do weights?
Yeah, so just like kind of light resistance. I'm not like a big weight girl, just because I naturally have like already muscle from dancing and stuff. I've danced.
Okay, nice.
So just kind of resistance. Yeah.
You kind of
not
just
too much
that.
Weight. Yeah.
It's like muscle memory almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say the most challenging part is definitely waking up.
Okay.
The drive, the commute. And
so like the hard labor of the job is mostly like what's the most challenging. Right. And what would you say is the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is probably getting glammed, feeling pretty. Yeah. And then just like all the amazing girls I've met and the creators and photographers and the artists. So I would say that's like the best part too.
What would be like the best advice you can give to like a girl that, you know, looks at you and wants to be, you know, like Sierra and this beautiful model? Like what would be like the best advice you can give her?
I would say just try to be yourself and focus on yourself, put your mind to whatever that may be. And if you put your heart into it, I always say that everything happens for a reason. So just set your standards high and keep your mind to it.
I love that.
Yeah.
If you could give us like, what's the biggest myth of like a model? And like a model's life or whatever it is we assume. Like what would you say?
I would say, because I've actually heard this, that you just get glammed, you stand there, look pretty, and you get paid. So it's not just that. Like I know that we look pretty and we're in front of the camera all day. And it seems like so easy that we just sit in the chair, get glammed, and we shoot. But it's like the countless hours you're on your feet, you're changing. Like I'm so over changing that like I don't even go shopping anymore. I mean, I get a bunch of free stuff, but I don't even spend time at the mall. Like I cannot change. Like I just want to stay in the same outfit when I have my off days. So I would say definitely just getting glammed and like standing in front of a camera to get paid. Like it's not just that.
It's not just that.
It's changing, 50 to 70 looks a day. And the styling, people always touching you, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
Of course.
So yeah, I would say standing, and it's the biggest myth of just like looking pretty and getting paid. It's not
like
just that.
not.
You have to know your angles. You have
That's
to
another thing.
move all day. It's definitely.
I would describe it to people. Also, I would tell them, like, think about it this way. Imagine you go to the club and you're on your feet, right, for those 2 hours, and you're dancing and you're enjoying your time. By the time you go home, you're exhausted. Imagine that in 8 hours, because how long do you shoot for?
Yeah, like 8 hours.
8 hour day.
8 hour day.
You're on your feet. You're in heels because you're modeling in
so my
heels.
feet are dying.
So your feet are dying. And then on top of that, you need to, like, what I would tell people when I used to like model as well is like, imagine you need to be in front of the camera looking pretty during 8 hours. You need to literally just be like, yeah, I'm beautiful. Hi.
Right. So even on your like feeling not so good days, you have to still put that face on that you're feeling good and feeling confident. Everyone has those bad days that like I sometimes come in, I'm bloated. Like I don't want to shoot. I don't like how I look.
What pressures do you feel as like a model you have?
Yeah, I would definitely say just like feeling your best always. Like even when you don't, everyone has their bad days.
Everyone does.
And sometimes I'm super stressed and other things are going on within my family or home or my boyfriend, that just kind of coming into work and feeling 100% or trying to make it seem like you feel 100%. So I would say, yeah, it's definitely challenging at sometimes, like just working all the time and staying super consistent. That motivation and that drive is definitely hard to maintain for sure.
Consistently. So I feel like for you, obviously on set, you're like perfect. I mean, in your mind, you want to be, right? You want to be perfect because you want to execute your job to the best of your ability. And you're a model, therefore I understand that side. When you're offset, like how is a Sierra's like typical day? How does she look? What does she feel like? Like walk us through that.
Okay. So yes, if I'm not working and I'm home, I still work out.
Okay.
I love to work out. I like how it makes me feel.
You genuinely like working out?
I like working out.
Okay, I hate it, but that's
like
really good.
The push to get there is challenging when you're just chilling all morning and you're like, okay, it's my off day, I'm not working. I still do push myself to go because I definitely feel good after.
Okay.
So I'm still at the gym, but I try to always do like a hair mask, a skincare routine. Yeah. Have like a hot tea, watch a movie, just literally chill. I try not to do emails. I try not to like post. Yeah. Just kind of like a Sierra day.
On Instagram.
Instagram, like if I have a day off, like I'm not like worrying about taking Instagram photos or posting a YouTube video. It's truly like just a Sierra day, self-care day, and I just try to relax.
How many days during the week do you usually work?
I usually work Monday through Friday, but sometimes I take off a Monday or a Friday. I love to take off a Monday or a Friday. Okay. Because it makes the week go so fast if you have that Monday off. Because then like you have an extended weekend. Of course. And then Friday you also have an extended weekend. So I like to take off Monday and Friday. But if I do get booked, I definitely take the job. It's hard for me to say no. If I'm free, I'm like, I'll just work.
Yeah, you just work.
So it's hard.
Just so easier. Do you work during the weekend or is your weekends usually off?
Weekends are always off. So Saturday, Sunday, it's like chill day. Okay. Sometimes I'll take content. Just depends how I feel.
Sometimes we'll mood you.
Yes.
So what's a piece of advice you can give like any viewer for like social media growth and like that aspect of like your career?
I would say just try to be yourself and post what you truly love to post and that you have passion in. I would say try not to compare yourself to what all these other girls are posting. There's so many beautiful girls posting almost all the same stuff. So try to find that little niche of like what's you. So whether that be maybe you're like a foodie and you're like vegan and you like to cook, or active, or posting just certain things. Like me, I love to be in a bikini. I'm always tanning. I'm at the beach. Yeah. I've always traveled like tropical places. So that's why I'm always in a bikini, and I love to be in a bikini and just feeling good about myself. So I would say just try to be yourself and
find your niche.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? How do you deal with like the trolls on socials? Like the bad energy. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, so I feel like starting out, there's always going to be haters, trolls. I've definitely dealt with it myself, and getting into that career has definitely been hard because when you first see it, obviously you don't want to see anything negative about yourself. It does like hurt your feelings and lets you down. But I kind of just have learned to ignore it. And if I see something that I don't like, I simply just delete it and block them because I'm like, why are you on my page if you're going to hate on me? So I would just say, yeah, I mean, trolls are always going to be there. They're behind a camera. And I've always also thought that haters only hate for usually one reason. They're probably dealing with something of their own issue that they feel the need to bring you down. So I just try not to let that get to me and just block them.
That's a perfect way to look at it. It's true. That's a perfect way to look at it. Because you're right. I think that is the energy they're giving to you, but it probably has nothing to do with it.
It probably is like an internal issue. So that's why I've always thought like, I can't let it bother me too much because who knows what they're going through to hate on me. So I just delete it and I pretend like it didn't even happen.
I delete a lot too. My block list is on point.
Oh, my block list goes on. I'm gonna have to show you guys one day.
Yes, we need
It
to
is
see
so
that.
there's so many. Like my
Same.
mom's like, I think you have like 100K followers
Yeah.
of people you've blocked. If that's what I have to do, I only want positive on my
Of
page.
course.
So I'm like,
I'm not mad at it.
I'm like,
because
you don't
I
need to be on my
like
page.
it. Exactly. I think that some people are like, oh, but you're feeding into it. No.
No.
I'm deleting it off of my life.
yes. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't
No,
want, you know. And
you
then
don't
other
wanna-
people like it and everyone's saying it.
It's
I'm
like
like,
a whole thing.
you don't need that
It's like-
negativity.
Exactly. We don't
Yes.
need that negative vibes. No negative vibes here.
Right.
Okay, and then I'm wondering, what apps do we need to get on?
Okay.
Do you use anything? Like, what's the secret for like a perfect Instagram photo? Because we're all looking for the secrets all the time.
Yes.
So what do you do?
So I do use Facetune and I
Facetune.
love Lightroom. So for
Okay.
Facetune, I mostly just do it to kind of smooth out everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to smooth out too much, so I always add back grain. So it kind of
Okay.
makes your skin not look
Yeah,
too
I like
smooth.
a good grain.
But obviously, like any little imperfections, they're fine, but I do like to smooth them out,
Okay,
you know,
of
just
course,
to make
we
you
all
look
do,
all cute.
Exactly.
So Facetune for that.
Wait, question on
Yeah.
Facetune, because this is what I do on Facetune as well. Do you detail?
Oh, I love detailing. All I do is detail my hair.
I detail my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, you can't really see that sparkle.
Right.
You detail when you sparkle?
Oh, for sure. I always detail my hair,
Okay.
and then on Lightroom,
Why
I
your
always
hair?
because my hair is like blonde, has some highlights that I
You
like
wanna,
to.
like-
It sometimes looks dull,
Mhm.
like when my boyfriend takes photos on the iPhone, it like blurs out my hair. So I
Okay.
don't want my hair to look smooth. I want it to look like textured.
Exactly.
So I always detail my hair, like the
Okay.
curls. I detail my bun or my
Yes.
ponytail. Detail.
Guys, detail.
Detail. And then on Lightroom, so I do Facetune.
Yeah, what do you do on Lightroom?
And then Lightroom, I always add back the grain, and then
Okay.
I add saturation.
Okay.
I bring the highlight down to make
Okay.
my body look tanner. And then I add some warmth.
Ooh.
And then I add, what else do I add? Oh, I add this, it kind of like darkens the background so
So it's
you're
like-
more focused.
yes,
I don't know
think
the
it's
name of it.
Exposure, I think.
Maybe that.
I think it's exposure, and it kind of like
Yeah,
it dims the light, but it's
Right.
so you could like pop.
Exactly.
Okay.
so every picture is different. It kind of depends on the lighting that
Okay.
I have in the house. And then I kind of just go on that app and adjust it.
Adjust it.
Yeah.
I think it's like there's nothing wrong with just editing your photo too. I feel like in my mind, the way that I look at it is like you're just accentuating
Right.
God's gift.
For sure.
Just detail and smooth and do a little you know?
Yeah.
And so when it comes to like Instagram, do you feel like there's like any type of photo or angle that you feel works the best or works the worst for you?
Yes, so
And what are they?
definitely, I would say, well, for timing,
Mhm.
I would say content, the type of content you post and timing is key for me.
Okay.
I try to post between like 12 and 3 p.m.
Okay.
Pacific time
Every day.
every time I post.
Oh wow. Okay.
So 12 to 3 p.m. is like my little
little window.
window
Okay.
of when to
12 to
post. So
3.
that does good for me. And then obviously booty,
Foodie shop.
you know, body.
Yeah.
They always do better. So
I'm not mad at it.
yeah, so I know
You
like
gotta flaunt it.
right. So yeah, just bikinis always do better. But if I post like a little vibey outfit, like people love that too.
Nice.
But like my signature post is
Mhm.
definitely just like being natural. And then I always try to keep my captions like super subtle, super simple. And I have found that my followers like that better.
Okay.
Not the long captions of like explaining something or I just keep my captions like super small, subtle that kind of go with the vibe of the picture.
Nice. I like that.
And then just like kind of natural makeup. That's how my followers love me. When I post like a glam shot from work, they're like, oh my God, what did you do to your face? I'm like, it's just makeup.
Really?
I feel like they were so used to these like natural bikini on vacation
Yeah.
shots that it's hard for them to be like okay with the whole glam.
Yeah.
So I definitely try to be super natural.
So do you feel like your followers respond better to you natural?
Natural.
Oh wow.
Like barely any makeup. They want me like the girl next door. Exactly.
Oh wow.
Like subtle.
I mean, it's better for you
I
because
know.
you don't need to.
I'm like, this is great.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up, I want to know what's a piece of advice for girls by girls that you can like give the audience.
I would say just finding that motivation and again, just staying true to yourself and be yourself and try not to let others get to you or comparing yourself. Just try to find who you are and yeah, just try to stay motivated and consistency is always key with whatever you do with any job. So I would just say, yeah, consistency, motivation, and just try to set a goal. Yeah, that's
I
it.
love that. Thank you so much, Sierra,
Yes,
for
thank you
joining
so
us.
much.
It was a pleasure having you.
Thank
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this podcast and tune in to the next episode. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, thank you.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.